This is Steele News Live with Hannah Janelli and Erica Zick.
A mind and body connection for our students.
What's in the water you drink?
Breaking news for one of our classes.
Steele News Live starts now.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday.
You've made it this far in the week, and we hope that your weekend is the cherry on top.
All we need is a little bit of coffee
And a whole lot of Steele News Live to keep us awake.
I'm Erica Zicki.
And I'm Hannah Janelli.
We've got a full show, and we are ready to bring you the news.
Indeed we are. Let's get to it, starting off with our unique science class.
The forensic science class has been studying fascinating elements for investigating.
The class conducted an experiment which allowed them to understand how the lines in broken glass can determine which part of the glass happened to break first.
We have some of the students in the class to tell you what they've learned.
You're able to tell which was shattered first because you can see the lines going down and nothing else will cross past the first glass lines. Like this one was done first and then this was shattered second because none of these are able to pass this one.
If it broke first, none of the lines will pass through it. You can tell by this first one how it goes all the way to the end that it happened first. And for the second one, you can tell how it kind of curves, and it won't pass the first line, so you can tell that it broke second.
Thanks, guys. That sounds awesome. On the opposite side of the school, have you seen the psychology classes? Because they definitely can't see themselves. They're learning a little differently this week. They took class outside of the classroom as they walked and performed tasks blindfolded around the halls. The students are learning about the mind and body connection by practicing how to let their bodies trust their minds and trust a random guide they were paired with once they were blindfolded. We caught up with a few students to get their reactions to this experiment and Mr. Haber to explain in greater detail.
Being blindfolded was very scary because we had to rely on all our other senses to know where we were at and what we were doing. Even walking down and being able to walk straight was a challenge.
It's really difficult being blindfolded because you have to rely on your different senses, and it's harder than you think. And we did taste testing, and it's hard to try and determine which food is which and what the tastes are without seeing it.
Can a student handle some adversity when it's thrown at them? Okay? They have to trust a guide who they may not normally work with, and they have to trust themselves in order to be able to complete the tasks on time and use their brains and not overreact to stress. That's basically what it's all about.
Thanks, guys, and make sure you watch out for those students in the hallway today. Our school has been doing a lot to improve the well-being of the students and create a safe and positive atmosphere. We have a new program being offered, and to tell you more about it, we have Jessica Costello with a live guest on set to explain further what the program is. Hey, Jessica.
Hey Hannah, so I'm here with Mr. Shumper, and he's from LACATA, which is Lorain County Alcohol and Drug Abuse Services. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Pretty good. Thanks for being on set with us.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So how about you tell us about the program that you offer at Steele?
Oh, wonderful. Well, here at Steele High, we are doing more prevention work. We're coming in doing more education on drugs and alcohol, as well as we have what we call the comprehensive school-based model that we do here in the school, which helps young people who are struggling with drugs and alcohol issues. They can just come down and talk with me, and I just kind of help them get a little further and beyond where they are currently.
Yeah, that's an awesome program. So overall, how successful have you been?
Extremely successful. We've had some students pop in and just say, hey, Mr. Shumpert, I need to talk for a moment. So we've been talking to them, just trying to help them get over a few obstacles that they have in life, as well as some that were referred from the administration. And so we're just trying to help them to become more healthier students and just go on with a very positive lifestyle.
That's great. So can you remind us once again where and when the kids can come see you?
Sure. I get here every day at 10 o'clock on Wednesdays, and I'm here until the end of the school day. Down in the old Comet corner, and students can come down. They can feel free to pop in at any time, as well as go and talk to maybe an administrator and say, hey, I just need to talk to Mr. Shumper for a minute, but I'm completely open. The door is always open.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much for being here
thank you.
with us.
I appreciate you having me.
LACATA not only educates students about the dangers of alcohol, they also work in partnership with the Amherst Police Department. And we now have Gretchen Lasso here to tell us a little bit about that. Good morning, Gretchen.
Thanks, Jessica. That's right. Periodically throughout the year, the Amherst Police Department conducts alcohol compliance checks around town, and the police department invited Steele News Live to ride along. We will have that complete story tomorrow. Here's a preview.
It's a Friday night in Amherst. Some students are at sporting events, some are at home with family, some are hanging out with friends, and others are drinking alcohol. That's an undeniable fact. Just how serious is underage drinking in Amherst? A Steele News Live survey of 395 students reveals that 77% have consumed alcohol, so we wanted to get to the source. That's why we spent a Friday night riding along with the Amherst Police Department.
What exactly did we see? You'll have to tune in tomorrow for this 10-minute investigation of teen alcohol use in Amherst. Well, that's all from me. Let's send it back to Hannah.
So you actually went on an alcohol compliance check?
Yeah, my midterm group and I got to ride along with the Amherst Police Department while they conducted one of their alcohol compliance checks. We could hear the wiretaps and everything. It was pretty sweet.
Thanks, Gretchen. Again, we will have that for you tomorrow. It's a big week for the fine arts here at Steele. The marching band season is over, but that doesn't mean that our bands are finished for the year. Tomorrow is a big day for our bands. Here is Mr. Barbero to explain.
Kids are working for solo and ensemble contests this weekend at Firelands High School. They're doing a great job. I'm excited to listen to them and get them to perform in front of a judge. They always do really well and sure to do a really good job this year.
Thank you, Mr. Barbero. A passion of mine is music, and choir happens to be one of my favorite parts of the day. It's an exciting season for our choirs as the annual choral festival is coming up soon. Men's chorus, women's chorus, soprano, alto, and concert choir have had months of hard work leading up to not only this night, but contest as well. We have a preview of what to expect at the concert and important dates to know.
All right, so we've been working on our 3 songs for contest, and it's going really well, and we've really been focusing on rhythm and preciseness.
Our spring concert is coming up on March 1st, and then 3 days later we will be performing at contest on March 4th.
Thank you, Bryce and Emily, and break a leg at your upcoming concert. Music can really brighten a mood and bring people together. And you know what else can do that? Random facts, which is why this week's What Do You Know is perfect. We have Mr. Skaladen here to tell you where the first choir started.
The first choirs date back to the 2nd century AD in ancient Greece.
Thanks, Mr. Skladden. Our school is full of students who go above and beyond. The Network Communications Technology class recently competed at Business Professionals of America, and a few of the members qualified for state. The members will be competing against other students in multiple categories, and the winner moves on to the next round. Mr. Todd is here to tell us what they will be doing.
The Steele NCT program has 8 students in Business Professionals of America, BPA, headed to state competitions in Columbus, Ohio. If they qualify in Columbus to move on to nationals, we'll be going to Boston, Massachusetts. Those people are competing in extemporaneous speech, server administration using Microsoft, and computer security. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Todd.
The winter weather is still in full effect, but the winter sports season is winding down.
It's tournament time for our winter sports teams, and we have several sports to cover today.
So Denver Voss joins us live on set with a look at Comet sports.
Hey, thanks guys. You're both looking very snazzy this morning. The girls' varsity basketball season is alive after a huge win last night over Olmsted Falls. Our Lady Comets defeated the Bulldogs 58-45. The game was tied at halftime 24-24, but the Comets pulled away by outscoring the Bulldogs 34-21 in the second half. Sydney Rule and Jayla Hall were both named first team All-Lorraine County earlier this week, and they proved why with a big showing last night. Sydney Rule led Amherst with 26 points, and Jayla Hall played a huge game by adding 16 points and putting down 21 rebounds for a double-double. With more on the big win, here is Sydney Rule.
Tonight we came out with a great team win against Olmsted Falls. We played great defense and great offense. We won a big student section next Wednesday at Leary Catholic at 6 o'clock. Please come out and support. Yeah!
Thanks, Sydney. The boys and girls swim teams are on the road to victory after an impressive showing at the sectional swim meet. This week they are preparing for the district championships. This means that our teams are only one step away from the state championships. We caught up with co-captain Heather Wigden to give us the inside scoop on this weekend's big meet.
Hey Steele, the swim team has been working really hard this season, and this weekend is the district tournament. And we have 16 swimmers, and 1 diver who are covering all the events this weekend. And our best shot of making state is a 200-400 free relay for both boys and girls. And we're also looking forward to seeing many fast swims, so come out and support.
Thanks, Heather. Moving on to my last sports announcement, the Special Olympics are a very big deal here in Amherst. We offer a wide range of fun activities for Olympians to participate in. All the athletes work very hard to do their best and make improvements over the season. Their basketball season is nearing the end, and we have Sarah Urbanik here to tell you more about the end of the season tournament coming up soon.
Good morning, everybody. Special Olympics basketball season is off to a great start. Our tournament is March 5th at LCCC. We still have practices every Monday, so if you're looking for a way to volunteer and give back, every Monday in the North Gym, 6 to 7. I have Isaiah here, and are you excited for the tournament on March 5th?
Yes, I am.
How excited are you?
I'm very excited.
What
I
events are you
hope I get that trophy.
Yes, me too.
Uh,
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Sarah. Now let's toss it back to Erica with some prom news. Hey, Erica, are you looking forward to prom?
Of course I am, even though I don't have a dress yet, but I'll get there. All right, and going right along with that, as High School Musical would say, it's going to be a night to remember. Prom will be here faster than you can think, so ladies, make sure you pick a dress, and guys, you should be thinking of ways to ask that special girl. The prom committee offered 3 themes to vote on. The winning theme has been decided on, and we have Tia Deshuk with the official prom theme for this year.
The votes are in. The senior class has decided on Twilight to be this year's prom theme. It is going to be the wedding scene from the movie, very elegant and classy. If you would like to help make this the best prom ever, please join us in Mrs. Malababic's room next Thursday morning. Thanks.
Thanks, Tia. An important part of senior year is working hard to get scholarships to help pay for college. Today is the deadline for one of those scholarship packets that we received last Wednesday. Mrs. Lauschen is here to explain further.
Hey seniors, I just want to let you know that the first set of scholarship packets is due today, so get it in by the end of the day. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mrs. Lauschen, and seniors, get those in.
Hey, Hannah, you know what's even cooler than being a senior?
Being a senior, a drum major, and the reporter for Steele News Live?
Exactly, and Stephen Huynh is all of those.
We have Stephen here with us to give us some more announcements.
Hey, Stephen.
Well, thank you. Hello, Steele. I hope you are having a wonderful morning. Unfortunately, I'm currently feeling a little under the weather. It's nothing serious, at least I hope not. Luckily for me, Life Hacks is here to lend a helping hand in keeping you and me healthy. To give you some tips and tricks on beating the flu, here is David Burgett with this edition of Life Hacks.
On this episode of Life Hacks, Flu Hacks. Feeling under the weather? Sore throat? Add a lemon and some honey to a cup of tea. Also take a spoonful of apple cider vinegar to prevent bacteria from growing. Stuffy nose? Drink a lot of water to prevent sinuses from being blocked. Also try simple exercises like jumping jacks to relieve nasal congestion. Nauseous? Keep a trash can closed. Headache? Well, put an ice pack on the back of your neck to reduce the headache. Now get better.
Thanks, David. Life Hacks is really good at helping others out. However, Steele does just as well. From helping out in our community by collecting food for those in need to sending supplies to aid people affected by the water crisis in Flint, Michigan, students of Steele are constantly lending a helping hand whenever and wherever possible. Currently, there is an opportunity to support the less fortunate that will last until March 25th. The clothing drive is currently accepting all donations, and it's not too late to donate. Brianne McHugh is here to tell you everything you need to know about this year's clothing drive.
Hi guys, I'm down here by Mrs. Stack's desk and we're doing the 5th annual clothing drive. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff in here, but we could always use more. All the donations go to local families around the community, so come and donate.
Thank you, Brianne. Well, Steele, that's all I have for you this time. But no worries, the news isn't over. I'll send it back to my wonderful anchors, Hannah and Erica.
Good job. Thank you, Stephen.
Hey Erica, if you could only have one drink for the rest of your life, what would you drink?
That's a really hard decision between iced coffee and water, but I'd probably have to go with water.
Picking the healthy option, I see. You know, I've never realized how many choices of water there really are.
That's so true. There's Aquafina, Dasani, Deer Park, and even our own Comet water.
But what's really the difference between them all? Water is just water, isn't it?
You're right. Well, Marion Ferentz put together an experiment to see if some students can taste the difference between waters.
Here she is.
Water. Something we all need to survive. Whether it's Comet water, Aquafina, Mountain Ice, or even the drinking fountain water.
There's so many different types of waters at this school, so I took it upon myself to see if there's actually any difference between all of them.
First, I poured all the different types of waters into random cups and labeled them A, B, C, and D. Then I had people taste them to see if they could actually tell a difference.
Do you think you're ready?
I think I am. I personally like the water fountain one. It just really you can really taste all the minerals from it, you know?
Smell it. Do whatever you need to do.
That's good. Water's not supposed to smell like anything.
That's the drinking fountain one. She sounds really sure about that.
Not enough minerals.
I don't know, that's tough.
They'll taste the same.
I'm gonna say this one's this one. This one is this one. And let's say like that.
Well, this one kind of tastes like it could come from a mountain, so. Oh, well, this one has a mountain on it too.
C was the Comet water, and D was the Mountain Ice. So 1 out of 4. You got all of them wrong. Woo!
1 right. 1 out of 4. That's what you think is a drinking fountain, and this one is Aquafina.
So it became clear that the public couldn't tell a major difference between the waters. So rather than let the public decide what the best water is, I decided to leave it up to science.
City water has chlorine in it. So do some other sources of water, possibly even bottled water. A common test for finding out if there's chlorine and how much chlorine is by adding silver nitrate to the water. What happens if you have chlorine? The silver ions join with the chloride ions, and it turns the whole system white because a solid forms when silver gets together with chlorine.
With Mr. Soy's helpful advice, I poured the same amount of water into 4 different cups and added the same amount of silver nitrate to each water. With these results, I found that the most chlorine was found in the Comet water and the least amount was in the Aquafina. So there you have it. It seems that scientifically, Aquafina is the better water. But in all seriousness, there are many places in the world that don't have access to clean water at all. So we should all be thankful that we have such easy access to water. And to many different types at that. This is Marion Ferentz for Steele News Live.
Thanks, Marion. That's really good advice to live by.
Our last announcement is a well-earned congratulations to the little Comets in 5th and 6th grade.
They competed in the county-wide Math Mania, and Amherst earned top 7 out of 8 spots. That's incredible.
Out of the top 16, our Nord Middle School took 11. Our school is going to be a lot smarter when you guys come up here in a few years. Congrats again.
You know, Hannah, being a senior in high school, I've learned a lot, but unlike those 5th graders, I've learned that I am terrible at math.
I can agree with that. You know what else I'm not very good at?
Science?
Nope, saying goodbye.
Well, you know what they say, all good things must come to an end.
And sadly, we have come to that point in the show. We have to say goodbye.
We hope that your Friday has been great and your weekend will be wonderful. See you around, Steele.